discipline. She does not play when it comes to her routines, her goals. She knows that she needs to do what needs to get done in order to get the job done, okay? She does everything that she says that she's going to do. She doesn't wait until she feels like doing it to get it done. Overall is a woman of her word. I feel like there was more that I needed to say about that, but let's go on to the next. She is also very confident in herself and who she's becoming. This energy she exudes is not just seen, but it is felt through the way she carries herself, the way she talks to people, the way she treats herself. It's something you can just see in the way she moves. She is not afraid to express herself, and these are just a few of the many characteristics that make up the It Girl.
Hey, Pretty Girl Club. Are you the Daphne of your crew? Are you the it girl of your workplace or your school, if you're still in school, college, or what have you? Being the it girl is like being the local celebrity of your community. You are an influencer. You influence people how to dress. You influence people how to do their hair. People always asking you, oh, cute outfit. How did you put that together? You're that girl. And, everybody knows it. You have haters for no reason. You didn't do anything to them, but they don't like you for no reason. And then you have the guys that are overly obsessed with you. And then you get probably pretty privileged everywhere that you go. So you might get stuff bought for you for free. So what makes an it girl exactly, right? What makes you the Daphne of your group? For one, you stand out. You're feminine. You're confident. And you demand the room. Your aura speaks for itself. You don't have to say anything. So what does it take to be an it girl exactly? Well, for starters, you're going to need a social media account. So having a social media account is important because you're an influencer. And if you're an influencer at your workplace and at your school place, which is a small community, and imagine how influential you'll be on social media. A lot of pretty girls, are shy, believe it or not, people. We're people just like everybody else. But, there's a lot of shy pretty girls out there that, are humble and don't really want to put themselves out there. You know what I'm saying? But you can benefit off of your looks. Pretty privilege is a real thing. And you can really benefit off of just your looks. For those who actually don't care about all the extra stuff, an OnlyFans is a great way for a pretty girl to start. You don't have to do nothing explicit on OnlyFans. You don't. You could simply just show your face. Simply, if you're a very attractive person, people won't even have to. I've done the research on OnlyFans, and there's a market where you don't even have to do that. There's plenty of artists. It's like a Patreon competitor almost, but Patreon doesn't allow for the more explicit things that OnlyFans allows. But it's kind of the same thing. You're paying for. Your people are paying to see you do stuff, basically. So I know men who have it just for podcast reasons because they're banned on YouTube, for example. So, it's a little bit more of an open. There's less policies that are restricting creatives to create. So that's one form of it. You can TikTok. You can get thousands of followers on TikTok just by showing your face, talking about things, because when you're pretty, people want to follow you. People just naturally want to follow you if you're a pretty person. So take advantage of your looks. Being an it girl is a state of mind. There isn't necessarily a particular look for an it girl, as long as she's confident and supports other women and is a woman, she's an it girl, because you're basically famous just for being who you are. If you're an it girl, whether locally or even on social media, you're considered famous in a smaller scale because of how the way people treat you. I know for me, I'm the it girl at my job currently, and I know this, and people let me know this all the time. I notice I'll get a lot of compliments because for example, there was one day I was at work and everybody was playing Uno, and I came in and I sat down at the table that was playing Uno in, and then there was a white boy beside me, and he was like, "Oh, I get to sit beside you?" And I was like, "What?" And then he was like, "Everybody wants to sit beside you." And I was like, "Okay." So, and then I remember I was getting a dirty look from another white girl that was sitting across from me that was supposed to be my friend or whatever. But she gave me this look because he said that, and I'm like, I don't know. I didn't know people felt that way. And then there was another example at my job. When I'm cool with people, we give each other like hugs or whatever. And there was a situation that happened at work where one of my peoples gave me a hug out the blue, and I was like, this was towards the end of shift, and I was like, "Are you leaving early or something? Why are you giving me a random hug?" I was like, "Are you leaving early?" And he was like, "No," but he was beside one of our other coworkers who I didn't really know like that, and he was like, "No, he's just jealous because I get to hug you and he doesn't," or whatever. He said something like that, and they was saying, I'm mad cool. Like, I mean, if you want to hug, it's cool. It's nothing. But it made me think, like, is that serious? Y'all want to hug from me like that? So people want to be around you naturally. You're like famous on a small scale. You don't even get disciplined when you're supposed to get disciplined. Like, I would wear earphones sometimes at work, and we're not supposed to, and I don't get say shit too, because you get away with stuff when you're pretty. I noticed that. It's called the halo effect, and you could kind of play it to your advantage, especially when it comes to stuff like that. Like, I can't work without earphones. I refuse to. It's so boring. So, take advantage of your pretty privilege, because it's a real thing if you really have it. And you don't have to say anything. I'm one of those quiet girls, and yeah, I got all this attention. Mind you, I keep telling y'all this. When I first started this job a year ago, within a week of me being there, people knew my name, and I was like, but I only told one person my name. But I was getting asked out like every other day. It was crazy. And then you just have natural haters off the blue. You ain't do nothing to them. They just do not like you. They talk to everybody else but you. But you're that girl, so, and they know it, and that's what's pissing them off, because they're not, but you are, and they have to be loud to get the same attention that you get being quiet. Let that sink in. A it girl keeps herself together. A skincare routine is vital. Taking care of your health, your internal health, is vital. Clear skin, just keeping yourself up. It's not for the lazy either. You can't be an it girl and be lazy, because you got to go to the gym and work out. You got to keep your hair did. You got to keep your nails did. You can have days where you can go with, but always keep yourself at least neat looking. Don't go out with crazy looking nails. At least have them cut if you don't have them done. A clear polish, even that helps. A classy look always helps, And just keep your hair neat and done, and don't go out the house looking like anything. When you go to the grocery store, even, you're an it girl in public. I get random compliments from people all the time in the grocery store. When I go anywhere, random comments from people out the blue. People are coming from way across the way just to give me a compliment or to ask me out. I've had people stop traffic. It's an experience. It really is. An it girl has a particular aura about herself too. There's a hint of mysteriousness to a pretty woman, an attractive woman who's an it girl. People fantasize about you because they're so in awe of you, and you're so quiet, but you're loud at the same time, and you're just so attractive and feminine. Feminine energy is attractive energy, and you just naturally do that. You're like a flower. You don't have to say anything. You just exist, and you're beautiful. They don't know a lot about you. They're trying to figure out how you get your hair like that. What are you doing to your skin to keep it like that? How are you so confident all the time and happy, and people love you, and you don't do anything. You don't say anything, but you still are very known and popular. How does she do it? What is her secret? They are having, you live rent free in their heads because they're trying to figure you out. How is she so seemingly perfect, right? But I call this the Daphne of the group because Daphne was that girl in the group. Scooby-Doo. Y'all remember Scooby-Doo? Daphne was feminine. She was pretty gorgeous. She was the one. She's the reason why I wanted to watch Scooby-Doo growing up. And I was like, Daphne's the pretty girl in the crew. You know, there's that one in the group that just sticks out for some reason. You can't stop looking at them. Some of the it girls that I remember growing up was like Aaliyah. JoJo was about to be an it girl at one point, I remember. Brandy was an it girl. Today's current it girls, I want to honestly say Holly Bailey right now because she's the Disney princess. We have Ice Spice right now. Definitely Tyla. Rihanna at one point was the it girl of the time. Beyonce, of course. There's a lot of women that stick out in your heads because they were the it girls. And there's not a hierarchy or anything. There doesn't have to be just one it girl at a time. Remember, an it girl is a woman's woman. She's for other women. She's confident, so she's not petty towards other women and don't want to see other women be less than themselves. They don't want to see women limiting themselves because they're feeling insecure. No. An it girl is confident. She wants to see other women just as confident as her. She wants to teach other women how to be just as confident as her. She has a platform for that too because she's a woman's woman. She's going to help the next girl be a it girl. So there's no hierarchies up here. There's only a hierarchy for people who don't consider themselves that girl yet because they're competing with each other for whatever, the male gaze or whatever it is. But confident it girls don't have to compete with anybody because they have just as much privilege as the next girl. There's enough privilege to go around. Trust me, there is. There can be 2 it girls at the job, trust and believe me. And as soon as I get another it girl at my job, me and her probably gonna be friends because we get each other. As a matter of fact, I had one at one point, but she quit. It was a Hispanic it girl. I was the exotical black it girl, and she was the Hispanic it girl. And we was cooling with each other until she quit. But, you know, girls who know their worth and who are feminine and confident, those are who I consider the it girls at my job. Everybody else who just don't care how they come to work looking like anything. I mean, if you're comfortable, that's cool. But it girls don't want to just be comfortable. We just want to show up for ourselves the best way we can. And by showing up for yourself, you just naturally attract attention. I get free groceries. I've had a whole basket of groceries bought for me before. I've had people pay for my gas before, wanting to pay for my gas before. I remember last year a guy yelled out of his window because he saw me about to pump my gas. And he pulled into the, what's-the-face? He said, hold up. And he pulled into the gas station and he's like, let me pay for this. Like, what? You get privileges being an it girl. And if you get it on a small scale locally, imagine if you go online, if you're not online yet. I reached 6,000 subscribers and I've only been on here for less than, I think it's only been 5 months. I haven't been on half a year. And I know people been on here for years and haven't reached, like, I honestly feel like by the end of the year, I'll be at my 10K. I mean, I haven't even showed my face yet. Y'all know when I'm going to reach 10K, I'm going to show my face, right? I've already made my mind up. Y'all don't have to do it. Other exoticals do not have to do this. But I want to do this. Like, I haven't even shown my face yet. How am I already? I don't know if, whatever. But it's part of pretty privilege, you know. I show parts of myself, but I don't show myself enough. But pretty privilege, being feminine, my page is very feminine. If you look on my channel, it's very feminine. It's very girly looking and it's feminine, and it attracts. So Maybe that's part of it. Being feminine, you just naturally attract. So imagine being online, you're gonna attract naturally. So yeah, be an it girl, guys. If you want to be an it girl, level up. Take steps to leveling up. Take baby steps. Start taking vitamins so you can get more energy, and that's gonna help your skin too. Drink water. That's gonna help speed your metabolism up so you can lose that belly weight. It'll help you lose weight a lot quicker when you're working out. If you just want to start on a bike, start slow if you're out of shape, but start taking baby steps to being an it girl. Start pampering yourself more. Start to learn how to love yourself more. That's key. You have to love yourself. You have to. That's the only way you're going to actually take care of yourself. Decenter men, because men will make you feel insecure, unvaluable, unworthy. They'll make you feel some type of way if they feel some type of way. So it's about self-love, not outside validation. You definitely can't depend on outside validation if you're an it girl, because you have haters for no reason out there. And there's a lot of them, and they will try you. If you don't have the tough skin, if you don't have the I don't give a shit attitude towards them, if you don't learn how to channel their negative energy and use it as fuel, those are my dogs, forgive me, but use people's negative energy as fuel to remember that you're that girl, and that's why they don't like you. Just keep that in remembrance when somebody's trying to make you, trying to sabotage you, or trying to give you a hard time because for no reason, other than because you're pretty. You know, just learn how to channel it the right way. Don't let it get to you. Don't let it make you have a bad day. Let you have a good day, because you know you're that girl and you're just reminded of that. Because when they see you, they get triggered. Because you're doing better than them. You look better than them, and they know it, and they're mad. That's all that is, I promise. Especially if you ain't doing nothing. You're not a mean girl or anything. Yeah, don't let that get to you. But be that girl. Know your worth. Love yourself. Start there first. Do the shadow work to loving yourself. Fix those wounds from childhood. Seek therapy. Talk to somebody. Heal that broken heart. Whatever happened to you, let it go, because it's gonna carry up to you until you become you don't want to be a bitter old woman. Nobody wants to be bitter and old. That never looks good. So heal yourself while you're young. Be that girl now. Decenter men. Start a YouTube channel so you can decenter men. Have something else to think about other than the man. Have something else to be occupied with. Build a business. Start a boutique. Start your mobile nail salon or whatever it is. Your mobile hair company, if you know how to do hair. Utilize your skills, your talents. If you can sing, start a YouTube and sing. And I don't know where else you can go on platforms to grow your singing careers, but figure it out. Do the research. Take the time to take care of yourself, to make yourself better. If you're one of those women who live off of a man's dreams, that's never a good thing. Have your own dreams too. Don't live behind a man's dreams. Have your own dreams. So to be an it girl is to be effortless, be mysterious, private, elusive. She doesn't care about attracting an audience, but does so in a way anyhow. She's confident, she's charming. People want to be around her. She's kind-hearted, she's sexy. She's a woman's woman. She's motivated, she has goals and dreams. She's decentered men. She decenters men by at least 80%, 70% of her life. Everything else is focused on her self-goals. If she has any children, her kids' futures, building trust funds, getting life insurance, getting those things together for the future, planning ahead, making wise decisions, not impulsive. She's somebody that everybody has in there, just wants to know about. They just want to know her. You have people who are even prejudiced, questioning their beliefs when they see you. So be her. Be that it girl. Be yourself. She's a natural beauty as well. Kind-hearted. She doesn't have attitude or a temper. Nothing on her is ever forced. It's all inherent. She's naturally feminine. Her hygiene is on point. Her beauty standards are high. They're a must. Well put together, well dressed. You don't have to have expensive taste. You can shop at TJ Maxx and get some nice clothes. You can shop at Ross and get some nice clothes. Well, lately Ross has been slacking, but there's TJ Maxx, there's Marshalls. They have really nice clothes for cheap. Just dress nice. Don't have stains on your clothes. You know what I'm saying? Don't have wrinkles in your shirts. Wear something nice, you know. I always have a nice black casual dress ready to go to the store, or a nice flowered, or what do you call summer dresses, ready to go whenever I just want to go out real quick. She's got hardly any friends. That's hardly any real friends. Let me just rephrase that. She may have people around her, but she can't tell who's really for her, because people always got a motive behind why they want to be around you. And it's never because of who you are. It's about how you look. Unfortunately, that's the downside of all of this, is it's hard to determine your real friendships. So she has to have discernment and just keep her guard protected. Keep her guard, up enough. Or have boundaries, definitely. Because people will be around you just to sabotage you. If it's a male, he probably wants to either sleep with you. If it's a gay dude, he wants to learn from you. It's always something they want from you other than who you actually are. And part of her being a woman's woman is she do want genuine relationships with other women, but unfortunately other women have a problem with her who aren't leveled up. So she has to have leveled up friends, feminine friends, in order for those friendships to not feel like she has to either suppress part of herself to be in that friendship. Like, if you feel like you have to suppress any part of yourself to be with that person, be in any way, even in relationships, if you feel like you have to suppress any part of yourself, girls don't suppress themselves. That's not what she does. She doesn't care what anybody thinks about her. She does what she wants to do. I know my boyfriend always asking me, why you keep putting clip-ins in your hair or whatever? Why don't you wear your hair short or whatever? And I'm like, I like my hair. I don't hate my hair. It's just my internal beauty standard is long hair. And until I get my natural hair to this length, I'm going to wear clip-ins every now and then. And that's just the way it is. I don't hate my hair. I'm trying to take care of it without adding heat in it. And the only way I can take care of my hair is to wear protective styles. And one of my favorite protective styles is clip-ins. And it's so easy because you can take it out at the end of the day. You can wash them. You can wash your real hair every time you need to. You don't have to keep it in because it's sewn in for however long. I hate sew-ins. I will never get a sew-in ever again. I hate wigs. I don't get how you girls do it if you wear wigs, because it's a process. And I just feel like it still doesn't look natural. I feel like with clip-ins, you can at least make it look like it's your real hair. Like, people think it's my real hair because I wear hair that matches my hair texture. Only 50% of my hair is fake, and the rest of it, because I only put clip-ins in the parts that need clip-ins, and that's it. Like, I mean, I'm very effortless with the way that I look, and it's intentional, because I like the effortless look. I feel like it looks more classy, and I don't know, it's just my aesthetic overall. I like the effortless look, the no makeup look, all of that. Because that's part of it too, like your mysteriousness with people, your effortless look. People are trying to figure you out. Are you naturally like that? Like, I ain't even got no surgeries, no Botox ever. I've never got my face touched with needles or anything. And I look at people, I swear people think I'm like 18. I can still get carded at places. And I'm like 32. So but I don't look 32. Like when I was younger, 32-year-olds looked like 32-year-olds, but now we look younger. I don't know. I don't get it. Maybe it's in the water. I drink alkaline water like every day. But an it girl, she shows up for herself. She's consistent in her routines. She's on time with her bills because she wants her credit score to get better, because she wants better things for herself. She wants to own a home one day, maybe. If she doesn't want to own a home, she wants a nicer place. If she's not at one already, she's working on just bettering herself all around the board. She's the main character in her own life. She's not jealous. She's not the jealous friend trying to compete. She's not begging for approval or attention at all. She's not begging for it. She's positive. She's on her own path. The key here is confidence and self-love. Because if you don't have that, you're gonna have a harder time trying to become the it girl, because it's a mindset. So you have to fix your mind first. I would really start there. If you really want to be an it girl and you feel like your mental health isn't that great, get that taken care of first, because that's vital to maintaining your it girlness, because people are gonna try you every day. It's like an everyday battle with people trying to bring you down. And if your mind ain't right, I'm telling you, like, it may get to you if your mind isn't right. So get that right first. She also has a hint of sex appeal as well. Not too much. Maybe a shoulder showing, maybe some chest showing as well, but not too much cleavage, but just chest or a leg showing, a tease almost, but not too exposing, not doing too much, but just enough. It's very subtle. It's giving Marilyn Monroe. So walk with your head high when you're walking. And I don't think aesthetic matters as much as femininity matters in this situation, because I'm thinking about as far as your wardrobe, like shoes, because I like to wear sandals because I don't know how to walk in high heels yet. I don't know. I've never been able to walk in high heels. So for me, I choose sandals or a really low heel when I have to wear heels. But like on tennis shoes day, sneaker day, if I have to wear a sneaker, I'll wear pink in them or purple, or it will have a feminine cut to it, or I will play off something else that I'm wearing, very feminine, just to kind of, because femininity is it's the attractive energy. So it's very important to maintain femininity. I think that matters more than aesthetic, because I was about to talk about aesthetics, but I don't think that matters more than how feminine your aesthetic can be, if that makes sense. Like for example, if you're a tomboy, think of Aaliyah. She had the tomboy. Aaliyah is my alter ego. I have two alter egos, and one of my alter egos is very flirtatious. I call her Nikki. She's my flirtatious, dark, feminine side. But I also have another alter ego, and I call her Sierra, and that's when I'm more on my tomboyish stuff. And that gives Aaliyah. So think of Aaliyah with her showing her belly button with the what do you call the tube tops? I don't know what they call it. But then she had the baggy pants. That was the balance of it all. There's balance in it. You're not all masculine. You have a balance. She had the silk hair with her belly button showing with the baggy pants. It's about showing the feminine in it all, regardless of the aesthetic. Do you understand what I'm saying? Think of Aaliyah when I'm talking about this. I'm trying to think of somebody else who might have had an aesthetic that they made it feminine no matter what it was supposed to be. But Aaliyah is the only person I can think of right now. if you guys have any ideas of people, put them in the comments. But Aaliyah is definitely somebody that I've always loved. Maybe even Sierra herself, the actual Sierra, because people say she was her protege, but I don't. But she's the same thing. She has like a bit of a swag with her, but she's feminine. You know what I'm saying? It's about maintaining your femininity, because it's attractive energy. And don't forget how important decentering men is, because men can tend to take you off of yourself. You tend to lose yourself in a man, either that's his dreams, or even if you live with him, you tend to fall into his habits, and your house might be not as clean as it would have been if you lived by yourself. Your house might not be as decorated as you would like it. So find a space in the house where you can have your own space, like to make your own. If you don't have that option, you live with him or whatever. Like I said, starting a channel is going to help a lot. And if you don't have a man and you feel like you need a man, just remember that you don't need a man. You don't need to be in love to be happy. Remember that. It's okay not to be in love. You can still be happy. Because, the world is your oyster. If you're single, you can do whatever you want to do. You can travel. You don't have any men telling you what they would not like you to do if they're in a relationship with you, because you have to have compromise. You don't have none of that. When you got to learn how to think of your situation in a more positive way. Men isn't the center of the world, I promise. And it's not always cracked up to be in a relationship. You fight more than you don't fight. You have to clean pee off the seat every day. It's just yeah, you get to have company, but sometimes you guys can't even stand each other's company. You guys need more space than you need to be. It's a headache. So don't feel bad for being single. It's not nothing to feel bad about. You actually get to experience different personalities every day. You don't have to deal with the same personality every day. If you date, if you're single, like, enjoy being single, because it's a lot of married women are actually starting to regret getting married. Like, just been learning about that. I seen a video about that.
If I could go back in time, I would beg myself to not get married. At 25, I couldn't believe my luck finding someone who matched me so perfectly. I now realize he was just reflecting my own personality back to me in an effort to win me over. Boy, did it work. After marriage, it was like a switch flipped. It started in small ways, like that he wouldn't buy groceries or cook because he was too busy with work. I also worked and made more money, but thought he needed to learn because he hadn't been taught to take care of himself. I actually blamed his mom. When I cooked, he suddenly no longer did dishes, as he used to when we were dating, instead claiming it was my mess I had created. I was shocked and thought we just had to learn to communicate better. It only got worse after kids. Somehow he slowly pulled away until the entire weight of the house was my responsibility, even though I also worked part-time and had babies to care for. When I respectfully attempted to address these issues with him, he would blow up in anger and then make it my fault for how I communicated the issues. I don't know how I bought that BS, but I did, and was desperate to improve myself. I read all the books and went to therapy. I wish I would have just left. Now I have 3 small children and cannot afford to leave. I have no support system. He's not a monster, and he's faithful and a pretty good dad. Just an absolute worthless partner who benefits from my labor and makes every aspect of my life harder. I wish I had known how little women gain from marriage and how much men take and take, even the good ones. He really fooled me, and I feel like it's still all my fault for choosing him and putting myself in this financial situation.
A lot of married women are jealous of single women because they get to live their best life. Because you do tend to lose yourself when you start having kids, and if you don't take care of yourself, if you don't keep yourself up, you tend to get lost in your life, because life be life and when you have a family. So you tend to not want to put as much effort into yourself because you got a lot going on, and not today, and trust me, I get it. But you gotta find the time. You gotta try to make the soft life happen, even if you just have to go and meditate for a little bit to stay present. Make sure you stay present when you're going through life. Don't let what might happen, that might not happen, stress you out. Don't stress yourself out, because it's gonna be okay. As long as you're taking care of what you need to take care of, everything will be fine. Just, if you're spiritual, pray on it, and you know it'll work out. Everything happens for a reason. Life has tests for us that we have to pass in order to grow. So just remember that. Don't let life stress you out too much. If it's money, find ways to get your stuff. Use Klarna, use Zip, use Afterpay apps to get things that you need at a cheaper price. That's what I use. I get all my supplements that way, because supplements are expensive. But if I use Klarna, I'm only paying $10 this week and then next week for all of them until I pay it off. That's how those sites work. You pay us. It's like a layaway, but you get your stuff. Instead of waiting till you pay to get your stuff, you get your stuff and then you pay them back. So utilize that. If it's money that's stopping you from leveling up, use those sites. Work on your credit if you can't get approved for those sites. Instacart, Uber Eats. I used to do those things to get me some money when I needed money. So there's resources out there. Like if you don't have a job, you can do Instacart. Strongly suggest starting a YouTube. You can make your money like that over time. Once you grow your channel, you can make money off of there. And you just have to have first steps, baby steps, to get into where you want to be. And unfortunately, we live in a world we have to pay for a living on this planet. So we need money to do things. So are you an it girl? Let me know in the comment section, and I'll talk to you guys next time. And thank you for listening.
Hey y'all, so I just wanted to talk to my TikTok followers for a little bit, and I wanted to address the concept of being that girl or being an it girl. I feel like a lot of people think it's about what clothes you wear, about how good your body looks, or about posting the most aesthetically pleasing pictures and stuff on social media. And I just want to tell y'all that's 100% incorrect. Being an it girl, a real it girl, or being that girl is something that can't be bought. It's something that you can't post about. Like, it's literally about who you are, what you stand for as a woman. Like, what kind of character do you have? What's your moral code? Like, do you have any depth to you? You know what I mean? Like, looks is looks, but what's inside of you is what makes you different. Are you authentic? Are you honest? Do you have ambition? Are you dedicated? Do you put hard work? Like, these are qualities about a woman that everyone don't have, and you can't go to Chanel and buy. Like, being an it girl is something where you don't even have to speak in a room, and everyone has heads turning because they're like in awe of just the way you carry yourself, the way you talk to people. You know what I mean? Like, being an it girl to me means that you know your value, you know what you bring to the table, and you don't have to bring down the next woman or the next person to do that.
Girl, let me tell you how to be that girl, like the it girl. I'm gonna tell you how to be her. Starting off is you need the confidence. If the confidence isn't there, pretend the confidence is there. Like, you cannot look like the it girl without being extremely confident. But always remember, there's a difference between confidence and being like cocky. So definitely be humble, but know you're that girl. Like, I deserve to be here, thank you. Next is to dress like the it girl in your mind. Everyone has a different version of an it girl in their mind. How does yours dress? Does she dress with the cargo aesthetic? Does she wear jeans? Does she wear dresses? Does she dress like luxury and fancy? Whatever it may be, dress like that. You're gonna feel the most confident dressing like a person that you think looks good. Because if you already like what you see, you're gonna like it on yourself, especially if you're already in the midst of a glow up. Like, change is necessary, boo. Next is to be picky about who you let in your life. Like, would the it girl let just anybody in her life? No, she would not. She's very selective on who she would let in her life. If people are not serving a purpose in your life or doing anything good for where you want to be, let them go.
You will never be the it girl if you continue to try to be an it girl. This is what I mean. When you're trying to be an it girl, you're trying to be somebody else. You're trying to be somebody that you are not right now. And that's why you're never going to be the it girl. Because truthfully, the it girl is one girl. She is very unique. And she is unique because she is the best version of herself. She is not the best version of someone else. So this is your sign if you're trying to be an it girl right now. Stop trying to be like everyone else and start being more like yourself. Focus on enhancing your own self, your own beauty, your own skills, your own everything, every part of you. And that is what is going to make you the it girl.